And I find it very amusing that the alien just went whoop right through the saloon doors. And, she falls on her ass. She's like, oh my God. And this, the alien's like, nah. But then it stops and it backs off, chat, because she sees something else and something's a-coming, chat. It's like, what is it? We don't know. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content on my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. Here we go. I'm back, everybody. And now let's go ahead and get into this review. Chat, this is my scene by scene breakdown to Alien versus Predator, and heavy emphasis on that, Requiem, chat. It's amazing. The brothers Strauss, as they refer to themselves as in the beginning, in the title sequence and the credit sequence, chat, of this movie, they made the worst film in both franchises, chat, in both Alien and Predator. And that's a fucking huge accomplishment. I mean, I'll tip my hat to them for that. It's like, you made a worse movie for two fucking franchises. Has that ever happened before? I don't know if that's ever happened before. That's fucking nuts to me. That's absolutely insane. So, all the respect to them for that. I mean, you gotta fail really, really hard, and they did, chat. They did. As you can tell, I'm such a fan of this movie. But, chat, before we go ahead and get into nitty-gritty details, I need to ask you a very important question. Hi, Lisa. Hard hands. Hope you're doing very well. Good to see you. I need to ask you a very important question, chat and Lisa. Hard hands. How many of you have seen Alien vs. Predator, Requiem, or Alien vs. Predator 2, or avpr, or avp Requiem? Whatever. Have you seen the movie, chat? Have you seen this? Just hospital part? Oofa. We'll get to the hospital part. I didn't bother. Smart. Very smart. You saved time, Edgy Berserker. Excellent. Was very happy with the first AVP. Not sure about the part 2. I couldn't see anything. It was dark. Very dark. Poor lighting. Which is kind of nuts. He was like, oh, the lighting. I have to point out, like, the lighting in this movie is fucking bad. I can't see shit. It's murky. Everything's covered in steam and mist. I want to see these two fight. That's the premise of the whole fucking movie. Let me see it. It's like, nope. All right. Fighting sewers in industrial complexes. Deadpool. Unfortunately, Axel, have not seen it. Looked bad to me. You nailed it. This movie can kiss my ass, says Chris Ayers. Blackstone. I saw Alien vs. Predator Requiem in theater. It's dog. I saw it. Same, man. Same. Yes, but I remember nothing's a Spicy Ninja. Good. Your brain saved you. Mauricio, unfortunately, I have. Bat Boy, I've seen it. And I'll say this. I like the gore. Everything else. Okay. I have grew up with the disc. You have these, Bean Boy. Hamlenberg says, I haven't seen Mysterious Rona. Oh, so many times, though. This came out when I was, like, in second grade. Damn, you're a youngin'. You're a youngin'. Well, I remember seeing it and thinking, wow, how could they take such a cool concept and make it so? That's it. That's what's kind of interesting to me. Let's touch on that for a second. Is there a good movie with first? We talked about that before, Person Man. There's a couple. I think most recent Godzilla vs. Khan. I like Godzilla vs. Khan. I know some people don't like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, to me. Freddy vs. Jason. Some people would say it's fun. Most of this, and it's a fuck you. Hate the infant side. Yep. And misogyny. Mm-hmm. I heard my roommate watch it. What was he doing, Derek Cleese? What was he doing? Seen the first one, but I don't think I've seen this one. Yeah, Chad, like some of you, I saw this movie in theater. I also saw the original Alien vs. Predator in theaters, chat, back in 2004. This obviously came out in 2007. Paul W.S. Anderson did not return for the sequel, chat, but I'll say this at the top. I never thought I would ever say this, chat, but I fucking wish he had. I wish Paul W.S. Anderson had returned to direct the next movie. I never would. That says everything you need to know about this film, because he would have been far more subtle. He would have had a greater appreciation for the franchises. He would have had better characters. I mean, the wife, the Mila Jovovich, would have definitely been in it. There's no question. Probably he's like, okay, I didn't put her in the first one, but she's going to be in the second one. I feel like he would have done a better job than the brothers Strauss, which their biggest claim to fame, I think, other than the Alien versus Predator film, Requiem, I think is a film called Skyline, which has, what's his name? Turk from Scrubs, and it's like a bottle film for the most part, where it takes place in this apartment building while an alien invasion's going on outside, and where some of the characters, like after they're done arguing or talking about their fucking issues, they look outside, and the alien invasion's still fucking happening out there. That's what's still going on. That's all I remember. I remember Turk. I remember fucking Turk, and I remember the end of the movie, which is like the most interesting thing in the film. It's like, that's fucking interesting. Let's see more of that. And they're like, nope. But apparently there's been a lot there's been like 2 or maybe one other one, maybe 2. I was reading today because it was the brothers Strauss. I want to know them. By the way, it's like, just call yourselves the Strauss brothers, okay? You know, they're like, no, we're not. They're just trying to sound so hoity-toity, so like regal and majestic. No, we are not the Strauss brothers, okay? We are the brothers Strauss. Putting that "the" in front of their name, it's like, you have not earned that "the." All right, don't think you're better than everybody else. All the other brother combination directors that are out there, whether it be Joel and Ethan Coen or the Russo brothers, or even like, you know, the Wachowskis at the time. It's like, fucking slow your roll, all right? So already I'm getting a little annoyed by just how you're fucking, you know, crediting yourselves in your own movie. But I think that other than that, that's what they're also best known for. And they opened like a VFX studio. I don't know if they've done anything else since then. This movie obviously had a really fucking negative impact on their career, as I imagine many of the actors in this movie, because I'm like, I don't see any of these other people in anything else. I've seen, John Ortiz, he's like, I'll make 1 billion bad movies, no doubt about it, but I'm gonna still fucking work. And I was like, all right, good for you, man. He got a paycheck, Jack. Everyone else, I've never seen anyone else from this movie in another film or TV show. So it's like, God, this killed. I mean, and if it killed this, they killed the AVP crossover franchise, chap. Because this film was so reviled, not only by critics and audiences, chat, but also it made so little money. Had a production budget of $40 million. They spent a shit ton on marketing. Had a box of about 130.2. You know, you think like, oh, it made its money back. Well, apparently not enough for 20th Century Fox, because all sequels were put on hold indefinitely. And then eventually Ridley Scott came back, and he did his, he did Prometheus and he did Covenant for the Alien franchise. And then we also had Predators, which I think came out like 2010 or 2011. Maybe it was 2012, around that time. And with, Adrian Brody and stuff. But this is what killed this movie. Fucking killed it, Chad, and for good reason. It's like, after this, I'm like, I don't want to see any more of these movies. And the thing that's crazy, because someone brought it up earlier, like, it's weird that you combine these two franchises, which, one's more of like a gothic horror in space. So they have delta action like in Aliens. And where Predator's very much like in a sci-fi action film, that kind of thing. They were known for Alien vs. Predator was known for the comics, of course, and the video games, and those blended rather well. Well, believe me, I played those games, and I liked them. I read those comics, and they were fun. I read those fucking books, and they were fun. So there clearly is something about these two movie franchises, these two iconic movie monsters going at each other that just like, that gets people excited. There's something about that. And it's shocking to me that, the original AVP, it's like, I like it. I think I'd give it like a high rent or something. It's dumb fun. It has some cool scenes in it. It could have been better, absolutely, no question. But like this one fails in every single regard. Like even the original Alien vs. Predator, it had some fun action scenes in it. Like when those fucking two are going at and throwing each other out. Like there's that one scene, and I always go back to like, okay, this is dumb, but it's cool to look at. When you have the one Predator grab the alien by the tail and just start acting like a WWE wrestler, chat, like literally throwing it through pillars and shit. And I'm like, this is so stupid, and I love it. It's like it has those scenes. And Paul W.S. Anderson, he keeps the camera steady. He's like, I'm gonna show you this shot. Here you go. Okay, there's the action scene. This one, you can't tell, even like, because none of the characters matter. Like, none of the characters matter in the last AVP, but now they really don't matter. But you'll think, well, at least I'm going to see some cool action, some cool kills. Not really. What you get, for the most part, is, one, you can't see most of it. You can't see most of the action of the kills. Or you'll get kills that just make you just like, this is just fucking weird and uncomfortable. Or implied kills that just like, I don't like this. I'm sorry, but you can be like, oh, people might say, oh, come on, Chris, get over it. But I don't know. I've always been really bothered by violence towards pregnant women. I was like, I just don't like that. That really bothers me. And, they imply that the fucking aliens just ate a whole bunch of babies. It's like a smorgasbord. They ate them babies, Chad, in that nursery. They were licking their chops, and their little mouth was licking its little chops, Chad, and they went down on some baby meat. They ate the fuck out of the baby Chad. And I'm like, I just don't like this. To me, it felt like the brothers Strauss want to be like, oh, we went there. We're going to go there. It's like, yeah, you didn't need to. You need to. The fact that you think that you're being edgy and cool and really dark by like, hey, we killed fucking babies in our Alien and Predator movie. Did Ridley Scott kill babies in Alien? All right. Okay. Did anyone else, did any of those filmmakers kill babies in the Predator movies? No, but we fucking did. And I'm like, all right, get over yourselves. It's just kind of a nasty, ugly little film, chat. And it's like, again, for myself, it's some Eli Roth shit. This is the kind of shit he would do. I'm like, did Eli Roth direct this? Seems like this is in his wheelhouse. For me, Chad, this is the worst of either franchise. It's like you've heard me talk a lot of shit about some of the recent Alien movies. These past 2 weeks, Chad, I've done Alien 3 and Resurrection. I've done Prometheus and Alien Covenant. I don't like any of them. I think they're bad. I think that they're all in between like some old bullshit. I think they're all in the some old bullshit range. This right here, you know what rate I'm going to give it, but my lord, I knew you wouldn't. You already had an inkling that this wouldn't be good, but Jesus Christ, you overachieved by underachieving even more. I underestimate how much you can be an underachiever in this film. And then, of course, the worst of the Predator films. Not about that. So I'll give them respect to that. Made an awful, awful movie. Surprisingly awful. But chat, let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty details of AVP Requiem. It starts immediately after the events of Alien vs. Predator, chat. Whereas there was a fucking pyramid in Antarctica, and the Predator teamed up with human. I like the idea of Predators team up with humans, by the way. A lot of people we don't like that. We think that's dumb. I actually like that a part of the original Alien vs. Predator. I thought that was fun. That has been explored in other materials. It was explored in like books and comics. And I'm like, this doesn't bother me at all. So they're also called the Yauta. That's their official name, chat. Other than people refer to them as Predator, but they're called the Yauta. And so I like when the lady, whose name I don't remember, archaeologist lady, or no, she's a mountain climbing lady, and the Predator teamed up to take down the Alien Queen. I thought that was fun. And Predator, he got stabbed in his tum-tum, and then the big old Predator ship comes down, and they take his body up in the ship, and they give the lady like a staff or some shit, and then they fly away. But at the end of the movie, chap, he gives birth. He front poops out a pred alien, which is a subspecies of alien that has been in comic books and video games. It's like, it has the abilities of both, the strengths of both, the weaknesses of neither, Chad. It's the ultimate alien, the ultimate predator, the pred alien. Bad name, by the way. I wish they'd come up with a better name than pred alien. I was like, all right, really? Okay. This thing births itself out of the guy's tum-tum, and it just fucks everybody up on the ship. The Predators are like, holy fucking shit, we can't defeat the baby pred alien. It kills them all, and this causes, and all the Predators are dying, and there's so much action you don't see, and it affects what's happening on the ship, that it malfunctions, chat, and it goes up in the sky and immediately comes crashing down to Earth, chat, where we see a hunter and his son, chat. He is the dad and son, and they watch as this Predator ship crash land. I think it's like we're in Colorado. The Allidator. The Allidator. Okay, it's hard to say, so I'll go Pred Alien. It's like fair enough movie. Okay, I'll say it the easy way. But they watched it. I think it takes place in Colorado. This fucking thing crash lands, and of course the dad, the fucking dad and his son are like, let's go check it out. It's like, no, let's immediately go to our car and go to town and tell everyone that we just fucking saw an alien spaceship crash. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. All right, we have cell phones. This is 2007, or I guess technically 2004 because the movie takes 2004. So I guess it's 2004 technically. even though the movie was made in 2007. We have cell phones though. Okay, so let's go use our flip phones, our cellular flip phones, and call this in. But Dad's like, let's go check it out. It's like, no. If I was a parent, if I was a dad, like, we're getting the fuck out of here now. And so they go check out the ship, and fucking face huggers. Now I'm confused by this, and I don't know this again. I'm like, why didn't the movie provide an explanation? But why are there alien eggs on the Predator ship? That doesn't make any sense to me. Because why are there face huggers? Like, I guess the pred alien, I know, because we learn how the pred alien breeds, because it gets the breeding, it gets the modified breeding abilities of an alien queen. But I'm confused how there are eggs on the Predator ship. Did they just have them there? Were they just always there? I don't know, because the movie needed it. That's what it is. The movie just needed to happen, but apparently the Predator ship had alien eggs on it. It's the same fucking, like, why? Okay, how did the eggs get on the Sulaco in Alien 3? Because they were there, but, like, how? Not telling you. It's like, fuck! Okay, so there's alien eggs on the ship, and they impregnate not only the dad chap, but they also impregnate his son. And it's like, holy shit. I will say, I'm like, all right, movie, you violence against children. We don't often see that in a lot of horror films nowadays. Sometimes it's, sometimes it's like, oh shit, shocking, and sometimes you handle it very well. Like The Blob. I think when The Blob has that, where they show that fucking poor kid melting in the sewer. It's like, Jesus. That always gets me, chat. But that kid was a little shit, so, fuck him. But this kid's just like, traveling in the woods of his dad, and he gets, this face hugger gets right on him, chat, and they start laying eggs in their tummies. But, chat, we don't have any time for that, because now it's pizza time. It's pizza time, chat, and we're introduced to one of our lead characters, Ricky the Pizza Boy. And he doesn't want to wear the pizza hat, but his manager says, you're going to fucking put on that goddamn hat, I'm going to fire you. It's like, we don't need to have the employee wear the hat. That's fine. But, he's because you got to deliver these pizzas. But Ricky's like, I don't want to look like a fucking dork while delivering pizzas. Like, we're talking about pizza delivery. We're talking about pizza delivery in an Alien/Predator movie. I don't need this. Please, for the love of God. But again, this is very much, it's the setting of a Friday the 13th film. The alien and Predators happen to be in replacement for Jason. Like, Jason just took the day off. He's like, hey, I have to call you last minute. Michael couldn't do it. I couldn't fucking get Freddy to do it. Leprechaun wasn't available. Chucky wasn't available. I couldn't even get fucking Pinhead, all right? So you guys got to do it. And they're like, but we're in space. It doesn't fucking matter. Just do the shit I always do. And the Predator and the alien went, okay. I just went, okay. All right. And so just be slasher killers. Just do that. Like, all right, it's so fucking stupid. Oh my God. Jason, you had to take off, Chad. And he did not come back. But Jesse, the reason why he doesn't want to, or not Jesse, excuse me. Ricky, the reason why he doesn't want to wear the hat is because he doesn't want to deliver pizzas to this one house because his crush lives there, Chat. This girl named Jessie. And he doesn't want to look like a fucking dork, Chat. But he's got to do it to make that money, honey, okay? And so he goes to the door. He's got all this pizza pie, Chat. Jessie is a blonde girl. That's all. That's what defines her, Chat. She's a blonde girl and she's got big boobs. And so Ricky's a simple man with simple tastes. But she opens the door and she's like, oh my God. Ricky, how you doing? And he's like, oh, Jesse, it's so good to see you. I got your pizza. It's like, all right, well, come inside. Jesus Christ, come on. And so they go inside and instantly, chat, poor Ricky's being accosted by the bullies. They're just bullies, chat. One of them is Jesse's boyfriend. I don't know what his name is. Dalton? I think his name is like Dalton or Drew. It starts with like a fucking D. I think it starts with a D, chat. And D, or whatever his name is, Dalton, he's like, oh, look at that fucking nerd. I didn't know Halloween. Just really bad dialogue. He's like, I didn't know Halloween was this time of year. And he's like, oh, I guess you're the one who ordered the extra sausage, man. You like that, like sucking on that sausage pizza, huh? And he's like, hey, man, I mean, I'm bisexual. Like, what if he was bisexual or something? What if he was gay? It's like, you're being homophobic, Ricky, you piece of shit. But that really makes Drew/Dalton, or whatever the hell his name is, very mad, chat. And he does this really fucking weird thing. And I don't know if you guys picked up on this when you watched the movie. But, Jesse just says, oh, Drew/Dalton, just stop it, okay? Just stop it, all right? We're just having fun. We're eating pizza. And she takes Ricky into the kitchen and to talk to him a little bit and talk about pizza. I don't know. But Dalton/Drew does this. And you just see his chest, like, jiggling. And I don't understand. Dale. His name is Dale. Thank you. Dale. Thank you so much, Bat Boy. But he does this thing with his chest where it's like... And it reminds me of that one scene in The Little Mermaid. Yes, Chad, I am bringing up The Little Mermaid in a review for Alien vs. Predator Requiem, Chad. Never thought you'd see that, Chad. That's what makes this channel so fucking special. You never know what I'm going to bring in here. But there's that one scene when Ursula's singing Poor Unfortunate Souls. And in this one time when she belts out that line, she goes, Poor Unfortunate Souls. And she's shaking her boobies. What you can get away with in 1989, Chad, a Disney animated film. You can have a very robust, a very curvaceous octopus woman shake her boobs at the camera, chat. It's incredible. You could get away with that back in the day. Not today, though. But he's doing this thing with his chest, very mad. Eventually, Ricky, he leaves, but Drew/Dalton/Dale is very upset that, about the sausage line, and he assumes Ricky is hitting on his girlfriend, which is actually true. Ricky was. And then fucking Dale comes out there and just starts beating the shit out of Ricky and his two friends getting on it, Chad. You don't know the friends' names. They don't matter. There's meat for the grinder, Chad. And they start going, and they just start beating the shit out of him. And then they take his car keys, Chad, and they throw them in the sewer. He's like, good luck getting home, loser. And then they leave. And Jesse's just like, oh, well, pizza time. And she doesn't, like, I'd be like, what the fuck did you do that for? And I would have immediately ran over to Ricky and go like, oh my God, are you okay? But she doesn't give a shit. She just goes back in the house with Dalton/Dale/Drew. And I would have been irate. I'd be like, okay, fuck her. She's clearly a piece of shit, and I feel bad that I even wanted to be with someone like that. I learned my lesson. I'm gonna call the fucking police because I was assaulted by these men, but that doesn't happen, Shaq, because it's a movie, as we all know. Luke, the Buzzing got 5 biddies. The Predators use the aliens so they can hunt them, so it makes some sense they have eggs on board. Also, I hate the bullies in this film because they are just randomly. Oh, they're just randomly assholes. They're just assholes to be assholes. Exactly what it is. Pretty much. Oh boy, where are we now? Oh yes. Okay, so eventually, Chad, we cut back to the crash ship where we see the dad and the little boy. They come to Chad and are going, Daddy, what's going on? And he was like, I don't know, son, but we better get back to Mom. And he burps a chest burster. Chad comes out of his tummy. And they show the chest burster pop out of the kid, too. He's like, my tummy hurts. And this thing comes out of him, Chad. It's like, and all that shit. Eventually, we're introduced to Sheriff John Ortiz. He's like, I'm in the movie. I accepted the paycheck. Don't hate me. He arrives, Chad, and he's investigating the area. He comes upon the car because he sees like the rock, he sees the fucking spaceship or whatever, and he comes upon the boys and the dad and son's car, and he's like, oh geez, I better get back into town. I better call this in and let everyone know that there's a missing persons case and there's a fucking alien spaceship that crashed. I wonder if those two things are related to each other. It's like, okay. Then we transition, chat. We cut, and there's so many characters in this movie. It's like, that's the one criticism. Okay. So one of the problems I have with a lot of the more recent Alien films is they have way too many characters, and I understand why these characters are here is because this is just meat for the alien and or predator to destroy, to consume, to devour. I get that. But there's it's like, it feels unnecessary. I feel like it would be more impactful. Like, go back to the original Alien, chat. Even Aliens, yes, those Marines, all those Marines are fucking destined to die. But they have one scene where they slaughter them all, where they kill most of them, chat. Like when they go to the hive the first time, they're like, God. And then you're with your principal cast of characters like Hudson and Hicks and Vasquez and Gorman and Burke and Ripley, Bishop. Then you're with them. But now everyone else, they do it quick, you know? And you remember some of those Marines too because they got big personalities like Apone. You remember a fucking Apone, chat? And it's like, look into my eye, like doing shit like that. You remember him when he goes. But a lot of those guys are meat, so that's fair. But you're with most of those characters the rest of the movie. Here, there are so many characters introducing, and they have all their stupid, dumb storylines you don't care about. It's like, this is boring. I hate this. And so we see this soldier lady. She's returning from, I think, like Iraq or Afghanistan. And her daughter, like her husband and daughter are there to greet her at the front door of the house. And she's like, Mommy. And she's like, oh, little girl, Kelly, whatever her name is. And she hugs her. And she's like, what'd you bring me? And it's like, Emil, you haven't seen your mother in, a year and a half because she's been overseas or something? And she's like, what do you got for me? A little greedy shit. I don't care about Kelly. The characters in the movie's like, we need to protect Kelly at all costs. Fuck that kid. She's all about me. What do I want this, I want that. How about you fucking just appreciate your mom just came back from fucking war? How about you take a moment to appreciate her? She's your goddamn gift, you selfish little shit. Anyway, and mom's like, oh, I got you some good stuff. And she opens the bag and it's like military equipment. Because mom's all about military equipment. She's like, what is this stuff? And the dad's like, and the mom's like, and the dad's like, oh, these are really cool, Kelly, or whatever your name is. And you get to look at stuff in the dark. I wonder if this is going to be used for a scare later on in the movie. Hope nothing bad happens to me. And so they all go inside the house. Eventually, we cut, hey, predators are in the movie now, Chad. A predator has landed. And he's named Wolf. They don't say that in the movie, but it's in the credits, Chad. He's listed as Wolf, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna refer to him as Wolf. And so he lands on Earth and he investigates the ship. And it takes him a long fucking time to figure out what happened, Chad. And he's like analyzing shit, and he's scanning things, and he detects the alien blood, and he detects the fucking hole in the guy's tummy. He's like, okay. Aliens, got it, xenomorphs. And he dumps like this, I've never seen this before in the Predator movies. I guess it's something new. Like it's this blue gel. It's like blue jelly. It's like blueberry jam. He has all this blueberry jam, chat, and he just pours it all on the ship and everything, and it all melts. It melts the Predator bodies. It melts like the egg things, all that shit. And he then blows up the fucking ship so no one can find it. And it's like, okay. Eventually, we cut back to the greedy little girl, Kelly, who is in bed, Chad, and she's playing with the glasses, the looking like fucking, or the goggles, looking like, oh, God, oh, shit, I forgot the character. Sam Fisher. I haven't played a Splinter Cell game in years, chef. Fucking Ubisoft. Looking like Sam Fisher. Eventually, the mom comes and goes like, a little scared. And she goes, hey, honey, I'm here to read you your bedtime story. And she's like, I want Daddy to read my bedtime story. And she's like, okay. And the dad comes in, and he's like, ooh, I'll work on this. She's a little nervous right now, right? It's okay. And so she's like, okay. And the mom leaves. And the dad comes in. He goes, honey, like, when it was just you and me, you were always going on about how much you missed Mommy. And I know Mommy really missed you. And I know that she really wants to be with you too. And she goes, I know, but it's like really weird and stuff. And he goes, I know, but it's okay to have these feelings. We just got to talk about them. We got to share with Mommy. And she's like, okay, thank you, Luke DeVos, for the 5 biddies. I mean, I guess I care more about the soldier mom stuff than Dale, who's only in the story if he wants to fuck that blonde chick, right? Exactly. Eventually, we cut from that, and we're introduced to the character of Dallas, which is obviously a reference to Tom Skerritt's character from the original Alien, who is named Dallas, Captain Dallas, chat. And it's Ricky's older brother. And Ricky's older brother just got out of jail because he was stealing shit for whatever reason. Because my folks are on hard times, man. And I got to protect my little brother. So I got to commit fucking crimes to do it. It's like, okay, sure. And he's like, he's asked Dallas's help to get his keys out of the sewer, chat. He needs someone else down there. And so they arrive in the scene in front of Jesse's house. They go into the sewer systems and shit. And they're looking for there's like a couch down. Like, who fucking puts a couch in the sewer? Like, I get like random trash, but is there like hobos living down here or something like that? I guess there's hobos. I guess because we see like a foot. We see that the aliens have, it makes sense, I guess. I mean, this movie takes place in suburbia, which is fucking nuts. And that the aliens have taken out all the homeless people already, dragged them down in the sewers, and I guess the homeless people were all Ninja Turtles. That's good. That's good already. Yeah, we see Raphael and Leonardo and Michelangelo and Donatello all fucking gooed up on the wall. And now we gotta deal with turtle alien hybrids. Oh my lord. AVP hobos of the sewer. That's what it is. And so they've taken out all the hobos, and we see like a hobo foot or something, like, and as they're looking for the keys. And there's obviously, okay, there's aliens in the sewers, obviously. Eventually, we cut back to Sheriff John Ortiz, and he started a search party for the dad and the kid, and they're looking in the woods and shit. And it's just like, the Predator's just like, oh, look at this meat for me to slaughter and rip apart. And he kills a couple of people. He skins one guy alive, paints up in the fucking trees and shit, takes a skull out or two. Typical Predator shit. You've seen this before. Like, honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me, because this Predator was clearly sent there. Like, the Predator hierarchy went, hey, we heard about the situation on Earth. We needed to deal with it, like, immediately, because we can't have, like, those aliens taking over Earth, because we love to go back to Earth, because we love hunting and shit. And if all those fucking aliens take it over, it's gonna be terrible. So do this, take out the alien threat, all right, and come back and get rid of all evidence of us, okay? Because we can't let that technology fall into the hands of the humans, right? And Wolf went, but I really like skinning people. He's like, I know, we all like skinning people and taking skulls. I'm right there with you, but this is a very particular mission. We really need you to adhere to it. Okay, and he fucking broke that, because he's just wasting his fucking time skinning humans. And then the humans that don't even have a fucking gun. Like, that's the thing that bothers me in this movie. So what I like about the Predator films, and it's established in Predator 1, in 2, and in Predators, the Predators have a code. They have this code of the hunt, where they will not attack individuals that do not have weapons. They will not harm them. They won't engage in combat with them. Matter of fact, if they even, and they also know certain things, like if a certain person is pregnant, even if they have a weapon, they attack them. If a certain person is pregnant, like, there's that one great scene. This is interesting, because it really shows, like, okay, they do have some sense of morality, But he had that one detective who was Danny Glover's partner in that movie, and he scanned her, and he realized she was pregnant, and he didn't kill her. I was like, this is interesting. This fucking Predator doesn't give a fuck. He's clearly a Predator, went off the reservation, Chad. Like, all right, we're gonna send this guy on this mission, because he's killing everybody. And he slaughters innocent people in this film, like people that weren't doing nothing. People are just standing there, just like, or like people just running away, like running away. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Whenever I hit it, and like slaughtering innocents. Doesn't make no witnesses. I guess that could be it too. Maybe that's part of his mission. It's like, listen, no one could fucking know about us. But the other Predators didn't do that. They weren't killing innocent people. It didn't make any sense to me. So I really disliked the inconsistency in regards to Predator's code, and it's weird for me to say it, Chad, but morality. I think that's what kind of makes the Predator stand out in a weird way, especially opposed to the aliens, who don't give a fuck. They'll eat you no matter what. They'll glue you up on a wall. They'll impregnate you. But at least you can reason with it. That's the thing I like, but you can actually reason with it, because it's an intelligent species. The Yauta, as they're called, that you can converse with them. They do have an honor, like fucking Danny Glover. They're like, you're cool, Danny Glover. Here's a fucking pistol from 1719. See you later. Like, I like that about them. They're different from the aliens. But here it's like, it's just another monster. It's just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna kill anything I see. It's like, all right. Oh, if a chess person enters a ninja show, would be strong enough to bust the shell? Probably. I have no idea. Well, not to defend this awful film, but it's kind of sad that he's almost like a hitman and not part of their society. But, I mean, is it though? Is it though? I'm just assuming the Predator sent him, because the movie doesn't say that. He just shows up out of nowhere. You're like, all right, whatever. So I just assume like the Predator government, the Yauta government, sent him there to fix the situation or check up on things. And he's just gone off the fucking reservation. Again, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. Well, Coda, good to see you. It's bad. It's at the end of the day, it's just bad writing. Dad, chicken wing eyes are good to see. I'm fine with the Predators having some kind of cleaner of their own. I guess that's what it is. So, all right, fair enough, Jeff. Where the fuck are we? Eventually, we cut to Dallas. And he's, he helped his brother fish his keys out of the sewer, and he's in this restaurant where we're introduced to a pregnant waitress who is the wife of the guy who got impregnated with an alien in the movie. That was her son and that was her husband, chat. And she's like, I really hope they find my husband and kid. And Dallas is like, I'm sure they will. And he's like, I need to find work. And she goes, you're hard looking for a job here? He goes, I mean, well, you know, can I put down my resume, breaking and entering? Not really. No one's going to hire me because I'm a fucking criminal. But I was trying to help my family. I was trying to help my brother. And I was like, okay, dude. We move on from that because it does not fucking matter anymore. Eventually, we cut to John Ortiz, and he finds all the skinned people that were part of the search party, chat. All their skulls are missing and shit. And they're like, what the fuck did this? This is fucking nuts. We got to report this. We got to tell somebody. It's like, okay, cool. Eventually, we then cut to Ricky, and he's delivering pizzas, I suppose. He's outside the pizza shop, and Jesse comes over. She's like, oh my God, Ricky, how are you doing? Listen, I fired my boyfriend, which I'm like, this is a weird verbiage to use. I mean, you broke up with him? I fired him. I guess they're trying to be cute. Like, he's fired. He's no longer my boyfriend anymore. And I want you to be my boyfriend. And he's like, oh, that's great, Jesse. She's like, you want to go to the pool later tonight? And he's like, well, what pool? The school pool, okay? And you can watch me swim. And he's like, yeah, Jesse, that sounds great. And we move on from that. And then, chat, we cut to the Predator, because this movie is called Alien vs. Predator. Alien vs. Predator, chat. We have not seen that yet. And we cut to the sewers where the Predator has tracked down the aliens, the alien hive in suburbia. And he's going down there, investigating all this shit. He's like, I got to get rid of all this crap. I got to get rid of it. But then he's attacked. He's attacked by an alien. She's like, oh, here we fucking go. Predator-alien fight in a sewer. That's going to be awesome. It's not. Because one of the big consistent criticisms across the board for critics and audiences is how they couldn't see shit in this because the lighting is so bad, the camera is so close up to the action, you don't know what the fuck is going on down there. The Predator beats the alien, I assume, chat, but, you know, and he's like, I gotta blow this fucking shit up too. But, you know, that just unleashes the fucking horror, chat. This unleashes the horror upon the goddamn town. The Pred alien escapes. And it's like, you did, this is the worst thing. Again, Wolf is really bad at his goddamn Ninja Turtle appears. He's like, we're here to help you. We're here to help you, friend. And fucking Predator just fucking stabs Raphael in the face. That would have been great if the Ninja Turtle showed up to help the Predator. At that point, why not? Cross over with TMNT. But so yeah, Wolf is really bad at his job, and he unleashes all the aliens upon the town at this point. And also, I think is this the part where he fucking shuts off the power? There's a power malfunction. I think there's another fight scene later on. And at the action scene. Oh yeah, okay, I know where we are. So the Pred alien escapes the sewer system, and we cut back to the pregnant waitress who's really concerned about her husband and son. I hope they're okay. And, you know, the owner of the establishment's like, you just take off now, okay? I'll clean up here. You get home, okay? You're cooking a baby inside that tummy. Can't have anything happen to that baby now. It's not like we're going to kill babies in this movie. And she goes, yeah, you're right. But when he goes out and you hear this... And she's like, oh my fucking God, what's going on? And we see that he's getting his ass ripped open by an alien, chat. And then she tries to run back into a kitchen. But then this is funny to me. The alien comes through like the swinging doors, like, you know, like a saloon. Because it's like an old timey like restaurant. It has like saloon doors. And I find it very amusing that the alien just went whoop. Right through the saloon doors. And, you know, she falls on her ass. She's like, oh my God. And this, you know, the alien's like, nah. But then it stops and it backs off, chat, because she sees something else and something's a-coming, chat. It's like, what is it? We don't know. We don't know. Eventually, we cut back to John Ortiz, who is drinking at the bar because he's like, I don't understand all this stuff. Dallas, even though I arrested you all those years ago because you're a fucking criminal, you want me to help you? I could use your help with this situation here. And Dallas is like, well, I'm not doing anything for the rest of the movie at this point. So sure, I'll help you, John Ortiz. And then this is what happens. I'm sorry. After that, we then cut to random industrial complex. I don't know where. I guess it's the power station. And that's where all the aliens are showing up for whatever reason. And the Predators show up there too, and then we see the Predator fight the aliens, and there's a whole bunch of humans caught in the middle, and they're fucking slaughtered. But then Wolf's plasma caster accidentally hits one of the power pylons and completely just fucking shuts down the entire power for the town. And so it's all dark at this point. It's like, oh shit, this is prime predator hunting and alien breeding right now, Chad. Now you got no power. People are gonna be confused. We then cut to Ricky and Jesse, and we're like, well, now that the power's down, we can sneak in school real easy. All the security systems are down. So they sneak into the school, and Jesse starts taking her clothes off, and he's like, oh, and she's like, so you like looking at me? You gonna do something about it? I was like, I don't know if we're gonna have time. She goes, are you gonna spend time looking at the clock? Are you gonna spend time looking at me? And he's like, oh. But then who fucking comes in, Chad? Who comes in? Because apparently he tracked her down, stalking her. Fucking Drew Dalton slash whatever the fuck his name is, Chad. Debbie, I don't know what the hell his name is. Drew slash Dalton, he comes in, and he's like, hey, Dwayne, maybe Dwayne. It starts with a D. I know it starts with a D, Chad. But he fucking comes in with his two bros. He's like, hey, man, what do you do with my fucking girlfriend? And she goes, I fired you earlier, remember? Dale, that's it. He's like, what do you do with my girlfriend? He's like, I fired you. He's like, I'm unfired. And then him and Ricky start fighting, and then they all like get in on it, and they all fall into the fucking pool, Chet. But while this is all going on, the alien's like, hey, what you guys doing in there? And he comes in through the window, and the alien goes into the pool and starts swimming towards them. And then Jessie, she's like, oh my God, there's like something in there or something. And they're like, whoa. And this fight just starts like dragging down Drew slash Dwayne slash Dale's friends, chat. Kills the black one. Black one taken out really fucking quick. He is like, chat, I'm sorry, but it's the truth of this movie. The movie's saying it for me. If you're brown, you're going down, chat. This is how it is. And so they all fucking panic. And Dale escapes along with Jesse, and it's Ricky, and then some disposable guy is like, the one who was not brown or black, white guy. So there's white people dying in this movie, Joe. Okay, so it's not, believe me, a lot of us are getting killed. All right, I think mostly white people get killed in this movie, but yeah, there's few black people in the film. But he tries to go through. He's like, wait for me, guys, go! And the alien grabs him and just rips his asshole open, and he dies. He dies. Not great. Not great at this point. Eventually, we cut to the little girl and her soldier mom and her dad. And she's like sleeping, but then she wakes up and she puts on the night vision goggles and she looks out the window and she's like, oh, and the dad comes in. He's like, what's wrong, honey? I heard you screaming. Mom's there too. And she goes like, there's a monster outside. He goes, oh, a monster. Oh, let me see if there's a monster. He puts the fucking night vision goggles on, and goes, hi, and just fucking jumps to the window and tears Dad's ass apart, chat. And the mom's like, oh, feet don't fail me now. And she grabs her shitty daughter, Kelly, chat, and she fucking runs. She bolts out of the goddamn house. Dad is like, she ain't gonna help the dad. He already dead, chat. And she gets the hell out of there at that point. Where the fuck are we? Eventually, we have Ricky and his group. They meet up with Dallas and John Ortiz, and they're like, all right, we know that there's aliens here now. We know there's monsters everywhere. Where should we go? And they're like, the police station? Nah, I'm not. They literally say, I'm not feeling the police station right now. And they're like, all right, not feeling. Okay. I don't know. The National Guard's office that's here? Nah, not feeling the National Guard's office. Okay. Why don't we go to the gun store in the middle of town where the aliens are attacking everybody? Now that's what I'm talking about. We need some guns. We need some fucking guns right now. And so they all fucking drive to the gun store. They all break into it. They all start fucking loading up guns. And I will say, Dale, he's the one that's saying, this is a really stupid fucking plan. I don't think this is going to work out very well. And then, alien attack. Fucking alien shows up, and then the Predator shows up too. Also, the alien jumps on fucking Dale. Oh, I forgot, chat. The soldier lady and her daughter also happened to show up at the gun store because she's like, I need some guns to protect my shitty little daughter, Kelly. And so they show up, and then Predator's like, oh, if you guys are here, well, we're going to be here too. And the Predator and the alien, they show up, and they fight. Dale, the alien jumps on him, and he's like holding it back. The Predator shoots the alien's face, and a whole bunch of acid falls on Dale's face. And Dale / Drew / Dwayne / I don't know, whatever the hell his name is, his face just melts. He's like, ah! And it's really gross, and he's fucking dead. He's gone, Chad. He's gone. After that, the alien Predator fight, and it's really an odd fight scene because it's so dark and so dimly lit you can't really see. And you see a lot of the action from the outside of the shop, because when the Predator like shoots his plasma caster, it like will cut outside and we'll see like a window being blown out. But we never see like it make an impact or anything. It's like, all right, okay. Eventually everyone escapes. I think like Wolf's plasma, at this point, Wolf's plasma caster is damaged in the battle, and it falls off, and so now he uses it as a blaster pistol. So he's like, yeah, I got like a holster, and I go pew, pew, pew. So that's what it looks right now. Eventually, chat, we then cut to one of the worst scenes in the movie. I just don't like this. It makes me uncomfortable. It kind of grosses me out, you know. I just have a bad feeling. I just get like a bad feeling. Why? It doesn't make, it's like, listen, I watch a lot of fucked up horror movies and things. Like, I like that. I like Alien. You know, I like Hellraiser and stuff, the body horror. But there's something about this that just doesn't sit right with me. And apparently didn't sit right with a lot of other people. And we cut to a hospital, and we're in a nursery wing, chat, where we see all the babies. And the aliens show up and are like, oh, a smorgasbord. And it's heavily implied they just fucking ate all these goddamn babies, chat. They're like, and they eat them. We then cut to the maternity ward, chat. And again, equally fucking gross and just makes me not feel very good. It's like, when you want a movie, it makes me have like a emotional and also a physical reaction. I'm just like, I just don't like this. And we see a lot of violence against pregnant women in the scene. And one woman is like in labor, I think, at this point, and the doctor says, well, you're not dilated enough to start the childbirth process, but we're going to monitor you. Like, there's a shit ton of them. There's like a lot of pregnant ladies in this wing. And who would have thought we'd had like, 8 pregnant women in the town while there was a middle of a blackout. And the doctor, he leaves. And, but then he runs into the Pred alien, goes and gets him right in the fucking face. And the Pred alien parts the curtains, and we see it all of its Pred alien glory. And it literally just, and all the women are like, ah, they're all fucking screaming and shit. And this one Pred alien just like holds the woman down as it shoots out its mouth into her esophagus and just starts pumping her full of alien eggs, we assume, embryos, we don't know, Chad. And they all go down to her tummy. And all the pregnant women are fucking screaming. And what happened, we see eventually their characters get to the hospital. We see that the aliens that he shoved down into her body, they ate the unborn babies. Or babies, maybe they had twins or something. And they come out of her stomach. It's fucking gross. I don't like it. I just really don't like it. Where the fuck are we? Oh, yeah, so the government, the National Guard arrives in town, chat. And they're like, yeah, we want everyone in the town to go to the town hall, like right in the middle of town. And John Ortiz is like, oh, that sounds like a good plan. Oh, we'll do that. But in Dallas and Ricky and everyone else are like, we don't know about that. We should get out of town. We shouldn't go back into the middle of town. And the colonel's like, listen, I think he's talking to him via the radio. That's what it is. And he's like, we're going to evac all you guys out of there, so it'll be no problem. But we don't need you to be in one central location so we know exactly where to go. We can't have you go in different directions. And Jar Ortiz is like, I want to listen to the government. That just makes sense to me. Yes, we're going to do that. And Dallas is like, I just don't feel comfortable about that. But then you have, I think we should just escape. Isn't there like a helicopter at the hospital we can take? We can take the hospital helicopter and get the fuck out of Dodge. And, but then this one fucking lady just pipes up and suddenly says, because Dallas is like, I don't trust the government. I don't trust them. And she's like, but that doesn't make any sense. The government never lies. Ha 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 ha. And it's like, literally you have a character, like the soldier lady looks at her and goes, fucking dumb broad. Just stupid. But John Ortiz and his group, they decide to split off from Dallas and Ricky and all them characters. And, fucking Johnny's like, hey, wish you luck, Sheriff. And he's like, thank you. Believe me, I hope you're right and I hope I'm wrong. Why would you? I hope we're both right. That's what he says. I hope we're both right. This bitch, she's literally that damn ridiculous, chat. And John Ortiz goes to Middletown with a bunch of other characters you don't give a shit about. And I mean, you don't care about these other ones either, but it doesn't matter. Everyone has characters you don't give a shit about. At this point, the group goes to the hospital, and the aliens have converted it into like a new hive since the sewer hive has been destroyed by the Predator. And they go in there, and we see all the pregnant women, and they're like, ah! And all these like multiple aliens shoot out of their tummies and stuff. And I'm like, I don't like this. And they fucking shoot them, so you don't suffer anymore, I guess. Some of them just leave to fucking die at this point. They're just like, whatever. While they're running down a hallway, Jesse's just like, she's going full fucking tilt because she's an athlete, she runs track, and then out of fucking nowhere, a predator disc comes out of nowhere, chat, and pins her to the fucking, gets her via the boob, gets both of the under boobs, chat, and just pins her to the wall, and she's like, and dies. And you literally see Wolf. There was no aliens in front of her. They weren't behind her. They were running away, and he threw it at her because he's like, I'm gonna get this bitch. Hey guys, watch this. Ooh, right in the tits. And that's what he does. That's what he fucking does. And it's like, there's no reason. She didn't have a weapon on her. He's just being an asshole. He's just being a fucking asshole. And then Ricky's like, no, but I'm still horny. It's like, we gotta go, little bro. We gotta go. 100 points, Wolf. Eventually, more aliens show up or whatever. And fucking Wolf fights them. They fall down an elevator shaft, I think. And Wolf drops his plasma caster blaster pistol, which then Dallas picks up. He picks that shit up. And other characters die here. You don't give a shit. Like, the surviving characters so far are... They're Dallas, they're Ricky, they're the soldier lady, and the little girl Kelly. Also, they emphasize the fact that, okay, at all costs, we need to protect Kelly since she can't protect herself because she's a shitty little greedy kid. And there's this one guy who dies, and he's like, well, this is like the fucking Titanic or something? Screw all that, women and children first shit. And he gets his ass eaten. The National Guard also enters in the town at one point. And they're slaughtered by the aliens. You couldn't tell because it's too fucking dark to see what's actually happening. But they slaughter them in the rain. She had to go, and they just get them in the face, and that's it. But eventually, they make it up to the roof where the helicopter is. And thankfully, the soldier lady, not only does she know how to drive Humvees, she can also fly helicopters, which I'm like, do they teach you all those things in the Army? All that? Okay, sure. She can fly a helicopter too. And she gets up there, and she's like, it's going to take me a little while to get this going. But fucking Pred alien shows up, and he's like, I want to put my babies inside of your tummies. It really wants to fuck everybody, Chad. The Pred alien is super horny. If you thought Ricky was horny, wait until you meet the Pred alien, chat, because he's not a one-pump chump. He keeps bumping and bumping and bumping, and you're going to get knocked up no matter what. But then Wolf's like, all right, guys, we're going to have the fight now between me and the Pred alien. And they fucking go at it, chat. And it's kind of really odd because, again, it's filmed really close. You don't know what the hell's happening half the time. Dallas is using the plasma caster pistol to fire at both of them. Eventually, the Pred alien stabs Wolf in his tummy. He's like, oh! But then Wolf stabs the Pred alien, and they mortally wound each other, and they're kind of like stuck. They're literally just like this the whole time. It's like, fuck, dude, just pull out. He's like, no, you do it first. I can't. Your tail is inside me. Well, your fucking claw is inside my neck. Okay, I can't. If I pull out, I'm gonna bleed death. Well, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here? What's happening? Eventually, because they're just stuck inside of each other. Well, look at that. A lot of sexual talk here, chap. They get the helicopter going and they fucking take off. And they're flying out of town. Eventually, we cut back to John Ortiz, and he's like, hey, Colonel, so when are you going to send that evac? And the Colonel, he just fucking cuts the line, and he's like, do it. And the United States government has decided to just nuke the town from orbit, chat. It's the only way to be sure, as we all know. And they just drop a nuclear bomb on the town. Wipes out right on top of John Ortiz, and the lady is like, the government never lies. Right on top of them. They're incinerated instantly. And, all nuclear fucking hellfire kills all the aliens, chat. And eventually the nuclear the Pred alien and Predator are still arguing, like, hey, just back up. Just back up. He's like, if I back up, then I'm going to bleed out even more. Well, it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, what the fuck is that? Ah! And they get incinerated by a nuclear blast. And then, chat, we cut to the the helicopter running away from a nuclear blast. Eventually, the nuclear blast hits it, but it just kind of spins out and it crash lands on the outside of the town or whatever. And they're like, I'm sure we're fine. We have no radiation damage or anything. I'm sure we won't have horrific medical issues later on in our lives. Eventually, the military shows up because they were there, as you know. And they're like, hey, drop your weapon. Drop your weapon. They're like, no, you drop your weapon. You just destroyed that town. We were just following orders. It's like, okay. And eventually, Dallas drops the plasma caster, and they're arrested, put into quarantine. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I know Dallas says, hey, good job flying the helicopter, lady. Goddamn women drivers. Like, all right, a little misogyny thrown in there. And at the end, nice, okay. We then cut. And now we're in, like, office building. And we see this guy with a briefcase. This nerdy white guy. And he comes in. He puts it on the table. And he's like, we have this technology. But you know, it's very advanced. We've never seen something like this. And it's this Asian lady. She walks up to the case and she opens it up, and it's the plasma caster. And she's like, maybe humanity's not supposed to have this kind of thing. And the other guy's like, well, maybe we should, Miss Utani. Oh, Chad, look at that. It's the other half of Wayland, Chad. Wayland Utani. There it is. And so they use the plasma caster to make weapons in the future alien movies, I suppose. I guess that's what the Pulse rifles are based off. It's based off of Predator technology. I guess that's what the plan was. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter, Chuck, because the movie's over, and this movie sucks, and it killed the AVP franchise for whatever it was. I mean, it was a franchise for a time, chat, but it killed it fucking dead. All right, and we never answered those questions, and I don't care for them to be answered in any capacity, chat, but that's what they end on. That's what they end on. That is my scene by scene breakdown on Airship Predator Requiem, chat. It's a fuck you. This movie's awful. I hate the characters. You don't like anyone. The action is bad. The stuff they don't give a shit about the lore in terms of the Predator or the aliens. It's gross. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me just feel bad. It makes me feel fucking bad. Witness! Witness, please. How I feel about Airship Predator Requiem. Mr. Hummendinger, thank you so much for the raid. Everybody on the dance floor, raid. Mr. and resubscribing to 25 months, man. On a 23-month streak, that is 2 years and some change. Thank you, good sir. Dippin' Doots, welcome. Which is a cool Slayer. I'm witnessing you. Thank you, probably I'm witnessing you too. Thank you, Brando Carizian. Technician, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the witnessing me. Happy to have you here. Just finished my review for Alien vs. Predator Requiem, chat. What a steaming pile of shit. Awful movie. This is by far the worst. Oh, yes, please do refresh. Thank you, Blackstone. Please do refresh the stream. Sadly, rate viewership does not count towards average viewership. You can do that. Refresh your browsers. It would mean a lot to me. I would really appreciate it. Yatsuba fan. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. But this movie is terrible, chat. It's the worst of either franchise, which is an accomplishment, you know. Predator is, you know, it's more consistently good than not. Alien, there's only 2 good Alien movies, Chad. This is not one of them. Not one of them, Chad. But even after bullshit like Alien 3 and Resurrection, Prometheus and Covenant, I was like, God damn. It still is the worst. It's still the worst one. But yeah, Chad, this kind of completes the Alien films. I've reviewed every single Alien movie, Chad. It's done. It's done. I've done Alien. I've done Aliens. I've done Alien 3. I've done Alien Resurrection. I've done Prometheus, Covenant, AVP, and AVP Requiem. Whew. Now I just gotta do the Predator, chat. It's the last one I need to do. I gotta do the Predator. The Predator. Another shitty movie. The worst of the Predator movies. Well, I mean, again, AVP Requiem is still the worst of the Predator movies, but this is of the standalone Predator films, it is the worst. Yeah. Yeah, chat. No, Prometheus is better. I'll say Prometheus and Covenant are better than AVP Requiem. Alien 3, Alien Resurrection are better films than AVP Requiem. They are. That's true. It's the worst. It's the worst one. Look at this. In my most pretentious voice, Chris, I'm just disappointed that you didn't see the deeper meaning of this film. It is obviously about an extraterrestrial who is having an identity crisis. Very true. Is he Predator or is he Xenomorph? It's true. He doesn't know. Only thing that Pred Alien knows what to do is that it wants to fuck. It wants to fuck and impregnate anything. It's like, I'm so horny. That's it. It's like a horny teenager. That's what the Pred Alien is. Oh, my God. Predators is a much better film. I like Predators a lot. I think it's a good movie. That's my second favorite Predator film. It's very good. I wish they returned to that world. It doesn't look like we're ever going to. I know they did like a sequel comic book. I never read it though. But yeah, that was too bad they didn't continue on with that one. I've kind of grown to love The Predator as a so bad it's a good movie. Fair enough. KC Predators is the movie they needed to make in 91 to follow up. I agree with you. Because Predator 2 is, I like it, but it's nowhere near as good as the first one. Or as Predators. Predators is what they should have done with. And it could have done the naming scheme of aliens. It's like, being clever. It's a horny teen alien. That's exactly what it is. It's just like, it needs to fuck, and it impregnates 100% of the time, chat. It is no one-pump chump, I can tell you that. Chris, you still need to review Spaceballs. I guess that's true of John Hurt doing his cameo. Oh, no, not again. That's true. I'll review Spaceballs someday. The Schwartz. Spaceballs 2, The Quest for More Money. Indeed. Oh, my Lord. There you go, Chad. That is pretty much, for the most part, the Alien franchise. Spaceballs, Asterix next to Spaceballs. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun doing all the Alien movies, Chad. I didn't plan on doing Requiem, but I was like, fuck it, why not? I didn't plan on doing Covenant either, but there it is. And I guess I'll do The Predator tomorrow, Chad. Might as well just round it all out, finish it, until I never get the next thing. The next, I mean, well, you know what? So you think like it's done, I'm not going to get any more. So we do know that they have that FX Alien series coming out, Chad, someday. That Disney series, produced by Noah Hawley. Ridley Scott also as producer. I know Noah Hawley's the showrunner for it. And he's probably best known for being the showrunner of Fargo and for being the showrunner of Legion. It's like, okay, cool. Good shows. I'm interested to see what he does. I can't say I'm excited. I'm interested. Now, one I'm actually really excited about, chat, is there is a Predator movie that I think is just finished principal photography. It's been done in secret. And Dan Trachtenberg, chat, who directed 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I'm a huge fan of 10 Cloverfield Lane. And he's done like shorts for like Portal and stuff. Like he's a cool talent. He did a Predator film under I don't know if it's a working title or this is what they're gonna call it, called Skull. It's called Skull, and I guess it's a prequel, or it takes place like hundreds of years before the events of the original film, like in either like the 1700s or 1800s or something. And I'm really interested in that one. That's the one I'm like, okay. All right, that one I think is cool. I like the act. I like the director. I don't know who's even fucking in it, but I like the director a lot, and he's always been like one of my choices. Like if he were to if I had to pick like who I want to do like direct an Alien or Predator movie, he's always like Dan Trachtenberg. He's like, oh yeah, of course, sci-fi definitely. So I'm excited for that one. I'm hoping. And one of the 50 directors attached to it, he was. Yep, yes. I think he was like the third to last director attached to that movie. And Predator Skull, that would be fucking awesome. Predator's like, holy shit. Okay, we didn't expect this. So, finish it. From evil. Indeed. Imagine having a premise as good as Alien vs. Predator and just fun. That's what I was saying in the beginning, man. It's like, at this point I want to see them combined, but it did work. It worked in the comics. People love them. The video games are fun. It's like, all right, there's something exciting about those two franchises going up against each other. Button heads. But man, you fucked it up. And it just makes Alien vs. Predator, the original one, so much better. It really does. Like I said at the top, Paul W.S. Anderson should have came back to direct this movie. He should have done it instead of the Brothers Strauss, as they're called. No, I think the Red One's okay. I don't have a big affection for it as a lot of people do, but I like it. I know David Bowie, Chad, who little known actor David Bowie, plays the character of the Goblin King. And, I don't know if he's done anything else other than the Goblin King. But I like him as a Goblin King quite a bit. Predators are super underrated. I did a review for Predators. You can check that out on my YouTube channel, Class on the Glass. That movie deserves some more love. He's already been working hard to make a live-action Metal Gear Solid movie, so that would be great. Jordan Voight Roberts. Yeah. I'm going to see a Predator hunting dinosaur. That would be fucking neat. Chris, me and the Predator are going to have a hell of a time. Goddamn right. Oh. When are they going to make Predator vs. Batman? Oh, yeah, like that. Predator vs. Batman, Alien, Superman vs. Alien and shit. Yeah. Wasn't he Labyrinth? David Bowie? Yes, he was. Played the Goblin King, of course. Oh, Lord. I had the extended version of the first, but not that great. Which one? Imagine if you say he should have come back about after the new Resident Evil movie. I mean, I might say that. I mean, that might happen. Vanny Vanispheres, thank you so much for gifting a sub, good sir, to wear. Chat, please do check out Vanispheres. Give that man support. And check out Mr. Humanator, by the way, too. I'm sorry, I should have said that at the top. Please do check out Mr. Humanator, chat. Follow him, subscribe to him, donate to him. And the same for Vanny Vanispheres right there. Just finished my review for Predator versus, whatever the fuck it is. Land versus Predators, Requiem, AVP, Requiem, that movie. Killed the franchise. That one, chat. Oh, my Lord. It was a good one. I knew it would be a fun one, chat. It was relatively quick, about an hour. Do you have any idea for a new Alien vs. Predator movie? I really don't. I just, after that, I mean, like, I have my idea for AVP. So, for those of you who just joined me right now, let me look at something real quick here, chat. Just checking something real quick. Thank you for your patience. Nail's itchy. Okay. When I watched Covenant, this is like over the weekend, and I had insomnia on Sunday, and I couldn't get to sleep. And I just had Alien on the brain, just thinking about it. I did the reviews for Alien 3 and Resurrection and Prometheus. And I talked about like the attempts, like how difficult it was to make an Alien 3. And all these different scripts that are out there for people to read, all these different ideas percolating, never came to fruition. And how Neil Blomkamp had an idea to do away with a lot of the Alien movies after Aliens and just do a proper Alien 3. And it was like, oh, cool, where we have our older Ripley and Hicks and Newt. And I was like, I like the idea. But that project didn't happen, probably for a combination of reasons, chat. And I go into details about that. But it made me kind of just like, okay, what would I do? What would I do? How would I do it? And I just wrote down kind of like a story outline, if you will, for like my first act. And one of the things I was thinking is like, okay, like I try to think of the circumstances. I want to do away with 3 and Resurrection. They didn't happen. Fuck that. However, if I imagine Ridley Scott or James Cameron are going to be involved no matter what, and they would want to, especially Scott, he would definitely want to still incorporate things from Prometheus and Covenant, even though I don't like them. Maybe I can make that work. I was like, okay. And so I came up with this idea, and I shared this yesterday. I want to just kind of have you guys react to it, if you don't mind. Some of you already heard this, but I was thinking about it the other day. This is my Alien 3 ideas. And the other thing, too, is, like, no one's been able to come up with a good Alien title. Like, I don't like any of them. Because Alien 3 is just, like, it's just Alien 3. It's boring. Except they made the 3, like, little, and they get, like, a weird slant to the A. Alien Resurrection. I mean, I understand it. You're resurrecting Ripley, resurrecting the franchise. That fucking worked, right? And then Prometheus, whatever. Alien Covenant, I don't really like that. They're all named after the ships. But also, they're like, oh, but it's also talking about, like Prometheus, the Greek god who gave fire to the people. And I don't care. My title, chat, to start this off, like how I would do this, very simple. Alien ends. You know exactly. It's like, this is it. It ends. It ends. Alien ends. That's what I would call, chat. Right to the fucking point. I'm getting fucking blunt. Alien ends. I'd bring back Sigourney Weaver, Michael Biehn, Lance Henriksen. My choice for an older Newt, who I would like to be in her, like, early 20s. Let's say, like, 20, like 21, 22, 23, somewhere around that age range. Aliens. No, Alien ends. Although some people definitely fucking do that. They would definitely do that to my top. Like, oh, fuck. You just found a loophole to make fun of it. Nice. Good, very good. But the actress who I would pick to play an older Newt, because the original actress, Carrie Ann Henn, I believe her name is, she's not acting anymore. My choice would be Micah Monroe, who you might have seen in The Guest. She was also in It Follows. She was the lead girl in all those movies. And I think she would definitely be a cool, adult version of Newt. And, she's a scream queen, much like Sigourney Weaver is. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think that would be my choice. That would be my choice. But this is kind of the opening movie. This is like the first half of Act 1. First half of Act 1, chat. And these are the notes I wrote down. The Sulaco encounters a mysterious Weyland-Yutani vessel while journeying back to Earth. So this takes place immediately after the events of Aliens, chat. Immediately after the events of Aliens. Sulaco encounters a mysterious Weyland-Yutani vessel while journeying back to Earth. Automated combat is engaged on the Sulaco, but the Sulaco is damaged and course is changed. Ripley, Hicks, and Bishop pods are damaged in the attack. Sulaco is discovered by the Colonial Marines, or an Earth government organization, 25 years later. Sulaco crew is rescued, but Ripley, Hicks, and Bishop have aged 25 years. So they're older now, so to account for the obvious age difference with the actors. So it's like, oh, God. So you survived it, but now you lost all those years of your life. Review logs and footage about the vessel, but reps from Weyland-Yutani deny any involvement in an attack and offer substantial compensation to Ripley and Hicks and threaten them and the life of Newt if they don't comply. They take the deal and keep Bishop. 10 years later, Ripley and Hicks are married and have a quiet, comfortable life with Newt and Bishop on O'Bannon Station above Earth. O'Bannon Station is named after Dan O'Bannon, who is the original screenwriter of Alien. It's a way to honor him. Ripley and Hicks have encouraged Newt to pursue a life of happiness and concentrate on education, but have still trained her as an engineer and Marine. So she's always ready, Chow. It makes sense that they would do so. You never know what something bad's going to happen. Newt has dedicated most of her teenage years to investigating Weyland-Yutani and aliens and the events of LV-426. Newt, much like Ripley, is haunted by what happened years ago. She has come to view Bishop as an uncle-like figure and often confides to him to avoid confrontations with her adopted parents. Newt also speaks with other obsessed researchers her age who want to expose Weyland-Yutani. For the past few years, several colony worlds have gone dark with Weyland-Yutani attempting to cover it up and hide evidence. A Weyland-Yutani employee, a mole, reveals to the group why the company has been so cagey about the colonies dropping off the grid. A heavily modified Weyland-Yutani vessel was spotted before the most recent colony went dark. It's the colony ship Covenant, which disappeared decades ago. That's what I have for my Act 1, or at least part of it. That's what I would do, Chet. Yeah, so the premise being like, okay, I'm going to make this work. I'm not going to have where it's David, where he's responsible for the creation. Because they actually, if you read the Alien Wiki, you learn that the xenomorphs on LV-426 are not created by David, which is like, oh, that's good. My whole premise is, my idea, is that David has continued his experiments after the events of Alien Covenant, obviously experimenting on Catherine Waterson's character, probably Danny McBride as well, and the 2,000 colonists and embryos that are on board, and the 1,000+ embryos that are on board. But he needs more research subjects since then, since he's been doing this for decades. Because Alien Covenant takes place, I think, in the year 2100, like 2103 or something like that. It's quite a while ago. And what he wants is, what he realizes is that there are xenomorphs created by the maybe created by the engineers. He knows of the events of LV-426. He tries to get there in order to abduct some of these aliens for his research, but obviously destroyed. He gets there too late, counters the Sulaco, engages it in combat, and that's what's damaged. And it's because of him that Ripley and Hicks and Bishop, Ripley and Hicks lose those 25 years. And also, that would be a way for me to explain why Bishop also is older. It's like, well, I know he's a robot, but Lance Henriksen's obviously older, and so he has like flesh that ages naturally. We'll just fucking put that in there too. But that's the premise, because David is still on his quest to create the ultimate organism. And what I would do, Chad, is I would introduce a new xenomorph type, and it would be the Alien King. Which is in the alien fiction and books and comics and things, and it's like this giant organism that is like almost like a shock trooper for the Hive, and it's very aggressive towards queens. It almost like takes over hives and things, and so I think that'd be kind of cool, and that would be the ultimate organism. And Ripley, and the thing that would compel Ripley and Hicks to get involved is because Newt would present this evidence to them about what's going on in these colonies, and Ripley and Hicks would be like, no, we're not doing this again. But fucking Newt would guilt her and saying like, listen, I because if you hadn't gone to LV426 all those years ago, if you didn't care, you wouldn't have rescued me. I would have died there. I would have been dead. I would have died alongside my entire family. Okay, but you made the choice to go there and rescue me, and I can't live with myself knowing that there's someone like me, another little girl, another little boy who is scared and terrified and could die. I need to help these people. We need to help these people. And fucking Ripley and Hicks would be like, fuck, fine, Jesus, goddamn it, you're right. And that's how they would get involved. That's how they would get involved, chat. And like fucking Hicks would get his boys together. He can call in a few favors, chat. I'm thinking, and I loved it. My chat, I think yesterday, they had some good actors. I want to get like some of his old, hey, military guys that he hangs out with. They're like, yeah, so fucking we'll go with you to the end, brother. And like some of the Marine characters, I want to accompany them. And people like, I want to keep the characters small. I don't want to have like a lot of people that are going to investigate, trying to expose it. Like, what the fuck's going on? Show this evidence to the world. Like, they're not going there to engage in combat. They're just going there to investigate and say like, hey, this is where it is. Now let's get the fuck back. And so then everyone could take care of whatever this vessel is, what it's doing, abducting these colonies. That's what this thing is doing. It's going to all these locations, abducting the colonists, destroying the facilities. And Wayne Liu wants to cover this up because colony enlistment enrollment is down because everyone's fucking scared about this mysterious vessel that they can't stop. And Wayne Liu not the company that they once were. And so that's why, Ripley, Hicks, and Newt, that's where they go out. They just want to investigate. But they get caught up in all the shit because that's what would happen. And I'm thinking like some of Michael Bihn's, Hicks's friends. These are the actors I would go with. I would go with Stephen Lane. Let's bring in Stephen Lane. I would bring in J.K. Simmons and Delroy Lindo. That's who I would fucking bring in, chat. Those are some of the guys. I think they would fucking kick ass. I want Delroy Lindo in there. I want Delroy Lindo on a fucking smart gun, going to town with his fucking, bandana on, just fighting off these alien hordes. Shit. That's what I want. That's what I want. And then you have, you got Sigourney Weaver, you got fucking Michael Biehn, you got Lance Henriksen, you got Micah Monroe, maybe like a couple other characters, maybe one of the researchers joins Newt. We get someone maybe around Micah Monroe's age or something. I don't know, maybe like a friend of hers or maybe like a boyfriend or something like that. Like that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Chad. I think that would be really, really cool. That was your suggestion, Delroy? Yes, my suggestion for the older Marines is Delroy Lindo and Michael Rooker. Maybe Michael Rooker, but I like Delroy Lindo. I really like Delroy Lindo. I like that. Where's the Kickstarter? Take my money now. I wish I could do it. I wish I can do it. Would you honor later series tradition with a blackifice? I would not. Delroy Lindo would be one of the people to survive the events of the film. He would live. He would fucking live. I would make sure he does not die. The people who I would probably most likely kill, I would most likely kill. Delroy Lindo would survive. J.K. Simmons, I'd kill J.K. Simmons. I would probably kill Stephen Lane. I want a badass female in there, too. We got to get like a Vasquez type character. I got to think of like we got Ripley. Maybe like another one, too. But still keep the group relatively small. I'll think about that. I want to think about that. But I would kill J.K. Simmons. I would kill Stephen Lane. I would also chat. I think Bishop, maybe. I think I might keep Bishop around because I think that'd be interesting. He's this mortal android. He got fucked up. I would kill Ripley and Hicks though in the movie. I would kill them. They would be doing the last heroic sacrifice to protect their daughter. Newt. That's what it would be. And David and I. This is how I would fucking. So I would also kill Michael. I'd bring Michael Fassbender to be in the movie too as David. And so he creates his perfect organism, the Alien King, chat. It has, all the strengths, none of the weaknesses you would use typically. So the xenomorph, like you can't. This thing is perfect organism. It is pure. And one of the abilities, because I was reading up on the Alien King, and one of its abilities is that it has projectile acidic vomit. And what I would do is, when David's like reveling in his masterpiece, I would make the Alien King go, and I would just have like a waterfall of fucking vomit fall on David and melt his robotic ass, chat. He would die. That's how I would kill him. He finally did what he wanted, and this thing fucking kills him in the most horrific way possible. Then we go, and that's how he would die. That's how it would die. Just like, yes. I'll have Michael Fassbender do his evil shit, but I'm gonna make sure he's gonna fucking die. He ain't coming back. David's like, so he's crazy. He needs to go. Yeah, he needs to go down. Like, there's no redeeming him at this point. I mean, I make him interesting. I wouldn't make him so mustache twirling. Be like, but I would definitely kill him in that way. And then you got to deal with this alien king, which is taking over the hive along with all the aliens. That would be my plan. But that's my first act. But I have like a general ideas who I would want, the kind of characters they would play. But like, let me think of like another badass female actress. Let me think of someone. Because I want to be like in relative the same age. Sigourney Weaver's like 71, 72. That's why you got to make this movie now. You got to make this fucking movie now, chat. And because we're running out of goddamn time. Nah, I don't want Ruby Rose. No. No, I want someone with talent. I want someone with talent. No, I'm thinking like an older. Because the thing is, I want to go against what. This is my thing. I want to go again because oftentimes they do a new big movie. It's a new entry. We gotta cast the youngest, the hottest, person. I'm like, I want to go against that. Well, damn. I'm sorry. I'm sure she's a lovely girl. Lovely person. I like her in John Wick. I like her in John Wick a lot. John Wick Chapter 2. She's fine. She's fine. I'm trying to think who is Cynthia Rothrock. I'm not familiar with that actress. I'll look her up though, because I'm trying to think like who would Cynthia Rothrock. I'm not familiar with her. Actress, Wikipedia. Martial artist. Michelle Pfeiffer, that'd be cool. I'm trying to think. We're on this right now. I'm just thinking. Oh, Ming-Na Wen. Ming-Na Wen. I mean, she's in everything now. She's in so much. I mean, good for her. But she was not bad. That's not a bad choice. I'm trying to think of Betty White. Fuck yeah. Oh my God. If I could get Betty White in an alien movie, it'd be fucking awesome. Ooh. She could be the pilot. So we need a fucking pilot, right, chat? We need a fucking pilot who you just love and who is just snarky and like saves the day, comes in there to save the day. Betty fucking White as this crotchety old pilot. And people be like, "Oh, give me a fucking break, Betty White." But I would have her where she's having so much fun. You'd be like, "Oh, she's the best." I would give her all the funny lines. She takes no shit. That would be. Oh man, I like that idea. Yeah, let's get like an old time pilot. Betty White. Let's fucking. How old is Betty White? She's like 92. Oh, that would be really awesome to bring her in for that movie, chat. She is 99 years old. We got to do this. We have to start filming this now. The movie needs to start filming tomorrow. Wouldn't that be amazing if like the big fucking reveal, like who's the pilot? Who's like they have their own ship or whatever and the pilot is Betty White. Everyone would be like, whoa. People would laugh, but she would be so badass. And oh God, I would hate to sacrifice Betty White. I don't know if I could do that. Could I kill Betty White on film? No, I couldn't do it. But she'd come in there like to save the day or something. Because she'd be like, because I can't have her like in those action scenes. Maybe I'll have her deal with an alien. Now that would be cool. If there's a scene when an alien gets on board, she has to deal with it. But in like a good fashion, like she's able to control the ship and shit. That would be really cool. That might not be bad. Oh, Regina King. Oh, there it is. You got it, Deadpool. Thank you. That's it. Regina King. That's the other actress. There it is. That's what I'm talking. That's what I needed. That is what I needed. Witness me. Thank you. Regina King was the answer. That's what I need. I need something. I'm like, yep, I can totally buy her as this old ass. I shouldn't say old ass, badass. But she's not in her 20s anymore, chat. But she's a badass and she's a veteran. She's a veteran Marine. That's what I need, chat. So my Marines in the movie. Because it makes sense for Michael Bihn's friends, his friends, J.K. Simmons, Stephen Lane, Delroy Lindo, Regina King, and rounding out that fucking cast of old-ass Marines, chat, veterans, Betty fucking White. She was a villain in Lake Placid. Betty fucking White. That's what we do. No, Stephen Lane is a friend of Hicks. Exactly. No, definitely. There it is, chat. There it is. And then we have you bring back fucking Sigourney Weaver, Michael Biehn, and Lance Henriksen, and then you get Micah Monroe as older Newt, and then hi T-Bone, hi. And we'll bring back Michael Fassbender as David, of course. And maybe like another person, like some of the young kids, like maybe like the boyfriend or like the best friend of Micah, of Newt, who was involved in the research and is just passionate about her and wants to see this through. Maybe someone like that. Micah, actors around Micah Monroe's age. I didn't think about that one. That's what I would do. That's my cast. This is who and I would say I have in the notes. This is who I think we should get for the movie. This is who I want. I would really like to see them, and I would not chat, and I would not kill Delroy Lindo or Regina King. I would go against the tropes of that. I would not kill them. They would not die. They would survive along with Bishop and maybe definitely Newt. Newt's gonna live no matter what. She's safe. Everyone else might be in the chop. Betty White might be on the chopping block. I hate to do it, but I mean, I might have to do that. I might. And that's the one that's gonna be like, oh, because the thing is, because this is my point. You know, I don't want a huge cast of like principal characters. Like maybe there'll be some tertiary people, of course. You always need that, obviously. But my whole thing is, what's I felt been really wrong with a lot of the more recent Alien films, like in Prometheus and Covenant. There are so many fucking characters in there. You don't even know. I'm like, who are these people that are dying? You don't know. They're meat. I'm giving them plot armor. That's true. Because there's so many sacrifices. I don't want fucking Regina King and Delroy Lindo to go like, let's save the whites at the end of the movie. I don't want that to happen. That's not what I want to do, because that's happens so often in Aliens, in the Alien movies, especially in Alien 3 and Resurrection and Prometheus. So I would like to avoid that. But that bite what crashed the dropship in the Alien Kingdom say that. I might do it, like be one of those, but then it doesn't work. It doesn't survive. Maybe what she I gotta think about it. She might have to crash the ship maybe into like the Covenant to stop it from doing something. That would be interesting. Like, what if there's at one point in the film, I'm just thinking, I'm spitballing here, chat. Got me thinking. What if at one point in the film, David is enacting his master plan where he's going to spread an alien king for every world. He's going to spread the infection across the universe. And the Covenant is going to be that ship to do it. And it's going to send off all these different things. It's going to go up into space, and it'll send off all these ships that send them off at once, going in multiple directions. There it is. At this point, the Covenant's heavily modified, and it has multiple ships on it. Think of it that way. And it goes up into the atmosphere, and it's going to release them all and spread like a disease, like an infection. And it'll go across all the other colonized worlds. It'll go to Earth. And Betty White, and they realize, like, we got to stop this. And Betty White's like, fuck it. And she fucking goes right into their chat. And at this point in the movie, Betty White would be really funny. I'd give her a lot of good scenes of all the characters. You get a sense of who she is as a person. I'd give her a scene of Micah Monroe and Newt. And that's how I would do it. And she would be the one, like, I'm not going to let all these people die. And she would fucking fly in. She's like, can Betty White say, die, motherfuckers, when she crashed the ship? Yeah, I'll write that in. Fuck it. No, she'll go, fuck it. That's the line I would give her. And she would fly in there, and she would destroy the Covenant and destroy David's, his masterpiece, the thing that he was going to spread across the galaxy. And he's fucking pissed. That's what I would do. Chip. Whew, if Delroy wants to be, he's not going to be a villain. I'm not going to turn Delroy into a villain. He's going to be a hero in the movie. Yes, write this down, make it a fanfic or something. I mean, at this point, it kind of is. But I think that's what I would do. So I would kill Betty White in the movie, chat, but she would go out like a fucking badass. Hell yeah. That's it. Fuck it. That'll be her last line. Fuck it. Oh, remember in the movie Mars Attacks where Jim Brown blackface was at the end of the movie at the lives of the movie lives after being all the aliens to death with his parents. It's true. That's right. Oh, yes. I want to make it. I want to be okay, Chris. I appreciate that better. Thank you, Purple Canary. I have you, Betty White, yell Leroy Jenkins. Now she would just go, fuck it. She'd do that. This is a new alien movie mocked as old people expendables. Which might be what it is. that could be mocked because of that. Because, well, I want to go against what all the other Alien films have done recently, because they are all casting all these fucking young people. You know, it's like they're casting because they're pretty. I'm like, I want to go against that. I want to cast people like, I want to give them personality. I want to cast characters like, okay, they've been through a lot of shit. They've seen a lot of shit. And they're not old at all. I mean, Regina King's only 50. She's only 50. I mean, we'll still have young, I mean, Micah Monroe's in her 20s. She's about 28, 27. We'll still have young people in the movie. But, Betty was supposed to suck my dick. And the thing about it is, it'll be memed, and I'll be like, yay. It'll be memed and gift of Betty White going, fuck it. It'll be great. It'll be so good. I just want that so much, chat. Oh, Betty White's the pilot, so she doesn't have to run around. Exactly, that's that. You nailed it, Deadpool. I'm like, I'm gonna write this part. If I had to pitch this, if I somehow, chat, fucking Disney, you know, if I literally got Disney to go, okay, all right, we're gonna make changes because they always do. But you know, if they went, all right. And I said, but I want to pitch this to Betty White because I wrote this specifically for her. And I need to sell them on it. And I'd be like, she's sitting down for most of the movie, chat, because she needs to fucking sit down because she's 99 years old. And we don't have a lot of time to spend with her. And so I would make sure that she's there, but I would be like, and I even write in dialogue, she's like, I ain't getting up. You got to come to see me if you want to talk to me. I would be a little meta with it too. And so that's what it would be. And she'd be in that fucking chair the whole day. She would command that room. It's like, don't touch that. That's mine. Don't do that. Like all that shit. And I would have the line, don't touch that. I'd be a little like, yeah, well, fuck yeah, don't touch that. a lot. You'll see that often. It's like, where are you going? Don't go in that room. We got to stay as a group. Oh, yeah, you're right. Like all that shit. And so I would have her sit down for most of the movie. She'd be funny. She'd be really sarcastic. She'd have a good time with the characters. I want everyone to have a rapport. And that's the thing, Chad. That's what's missing with the Alien films for so long, is that you don't give a shit about any of these people. I want you to care about these characters. I want you to care about Regina King. I want you to care about J.K. Simmons and Stephen Lane and the OGs as well. I've said my piece. Whatever this will ever happen someday, probably not. But hey, I like talking about it. At least know what's on my mind, Chad. You know what's on my mind. And I want to, yeah, what if she's like not, what if she's like, you know, she might, again, this might be her last movie. What a fucking great movie to go and, you know, end on. Oh, we call it Alien Retirement. See, this is all the negative reviews would be like this. That's true. All the negative reviews would use this. That would be very clever. It'd be very clever. Because they would call it Alien Ends. That's the name of the name of the movie. That's how I would end it, personally. But yeah, I can see all the bad reviews. People that don't like the movie, they would absolutely call it that. Oh Lord, no, you don't. I just want the aliens kill the human characters all the time. Oh yeah, I don't want them to just do that. I want you to care, but like, yeah, aliens, and they'll mock it that way too. Aliens. No doubt about that. That will absolutely happen. But hey, the movie will speak for itself. I like my idea. I like my idea. You know, I can only write it. I won't have control of the directing. Who knows? Ridley Scott could direct it. So you never know what's going to happen. They can change it. That's my idea, chat. Alien Senior Citizen Home. There you go. Right there. Mixed reviews be like, Alien. So fucking true. You guys are nailing it right now. I love it, but you're prepping me for all the criticisms that I'm going to get eventually. So I got, Ridley Scott needs to go away. I agree with you, Person Man. Yeah, he doesn't need to be a part of this franchise. Although he would never produce the movie, so I have to. That's why I'm writing. That's why I'm writing in the David character. That's why I would like, okay, I got to play this smart. That's why I would write in the Prometheus and Covenant stuff. That's why I would like, okay, I'm going to connect. And it's like, here it is. It's all wrapping up in one movie. Because let's not do that other Awakening that fucking, Ridley Scott's idea for another Alien prequel called Alien Awakening that ties directly into the first Alien movie. And I said, yeah, fuck that. So let's just wrap everything up here and it's done. Alien AARP. I love it. For real, I dig that. I would buy that comic novel. Thank you. Would you see it in a theater? Would you see it in a theater? Yeah. Strauss Bros. Wow, we didn't think anyone could suck us. No. And like aspiring writers' career hopes are dashed. Absolutely destroyed. Oh, my Lord. I can keep talking about this shit. I hope you enjoy this conversation. This was fun. I did not expect to dive into this. We came up with some good stuff today. Alien, yeah, sure. Dave was the only interesting part of Prometheus, but he doesn't need to be like a mascot. Yeah, I agree. He is the only interesting thing about Prometheus, and I think he is ridiculous in Covenant. I would tone him down. I would have to tone him down to a degree. But I mean, he would be a supervillain in the movie. I mean, he would be, because he's like, I'm gonna fucking, this is what I wanted to do my whole life. And that'd be obviously the big reveal, even though we would know it's like, yes, the David was the reason for the Sulaco, being damaged and being blown off course, and why Ripley and Hicks lost those 25 years of their life. And so they'll be like, fuck you, man. There'll be that investment there. So fuck yeah, I would see it in theater. Thank you. But I don't know, Jeff. No. I'm gonna keep on writing. I'm gonna keep on thinking about all this shit. Yeah. Much like Agatha, it was David all along. Another easy way to make fun of the movie. Perfect. Oh Lord. But I would say specifically he did not create the xenomorphs on LV-426. Those are the OG proper aliens. That's how they were. He was going to LV-426 because he wanted the aliens and the alien queen. He was all about that shit because he's making his own shit. They would change Ripley's sacrifice by her getting saved by aliens from Cocoon. I personally love every part of your story, though. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, because Square Weaver is like, I can't do any more of these movies. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this one, but you're going to like it. I want to make her sacrifice and Michael Bihn's Hicks sacrifice mean something, because you're going to spend the entire movie with them. You're going to see them as a couple, because they hint at an alien shit. They hint at an aliens. They're flirting with each other. There's like, okay, the way they look, it's subtle. Something the franchise needs. It's subtle. And I'm like, I can see them as a couple. And so I would show them as a couple. They've been through fucking hell. Nothing brings you closer together than shared trauma. And finally, they can, like, in the thing that they are like, that we can end on is that we can protect our daughter that we found, that we've spent our entire lives protecting, to make sure that she's safe. And this ends once and for all. It ends. Aliens ends. In the end, it's our fault because humans did creative. Yep. Can we get a stinger at the end with Samuel Jackson? I'm back, motherfucker. I don't know. They could change Ripley's sacrifice. Oh, I'm sorry, I just read that. Ripley and Laurie Strode are going to keep coming back till the actresses died. Oh, true. Aliens? Chat, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get myself an alcoholic beverage, and we're going to switch over to some... Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me go ahead and do that now. Well, why don't you go bear witness to something truly horrifying, chat. The Dirty Sonic Boy.